join me at a tremendously exciting moment. It's Into Your Head, number 228. Hello, how are you? How the hell are you? Where have you been? Well, you haven't been anywhere. You've been listening to the last 6 episodes, which were recorded in hotel rooms, and therefore were not normal episodes of Into Your Head. So it's almost as if you've been away. It's almost as if you've been away in a hotel room somewhere recording a podcast. Coincidentally, so was I. I went and made some recordings in a hotel room, and if you go back and listen to the last half dozen episodes, you'll hear those there. You'll hear me basically coming on saying, hello, I'm in the hotel room. I could do that now, but it wouldn't be the same. I could come on and say, hello, I'm in the hotel room, but you know damn well that I'm not. I'm not in the hotel room. I'm in the frigging, what's supposed to be a dining room according to the plans of this house, but is in fact a study and a cat sleeping room and a hall that leads to the kitchen if you go that way, and leads to the sitting room if you go the other way. It's not a hotel room at all, although I suppose in a way a hotel room, but I'd have to get special planning permission, probably have to get commercial zoning for this whole town or something. Frankly, it's not worth the bother. I couldn't be arsed doing any of that. Frankly, no. I had lodgers in this house before. Didn't go very well. They were all fun, nothing wrong with them. Perfectly nice people, paid their rent every week, looked after the rooms, left the house nice and tidy. But then I got a gas bill for €8 million, and I swallowed up all of the rent that I made. No use at all. They weren't even from particularly cold countries or warm countries. One of them was from France, although come to think of it, he wasn't. He was from Belgium, but he had a French a French persona about him. There was something very French about the way he spoke. The way he spoke had a French tone to us and the French language to us, possibly because they speak French. If you don't mind, I may interrupt myself there. This is the me of the future. Well, not the future from your perspective, but the future from the perspective of the me who you've just been listening to. The segment you're listening to at the moment is about 3.5 minutes long, and towards the end of the segment, I ask myself out loud, what have I achieved in the show so far? Have I achieved my aims? What's ahead of us? What's behind us? And I say that I don't know, and then I say I'm going to go back and listen to the segment and find out. So then I pause the recording and go back and listen to it, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm listening to the segment that I just recorded, and I find that it's not, frankly, it's not up to scratch. I'm not happy with it. It's a load of crap, to be perfectly honest. It's basically me coming on and spouting out shite for 3 minutes and 46 seconds. If the me of the past is listening after having recorded this segment, the me who's wondering at the end of the segment whether the segment was any good, well, I can tell you from me, the future from your perspective, me anyway, no, it's not. It's a load of crap, as you'll find out in a minute when you go back and listen to it. You'll find out it's a load of crap. In fact, if I were you, I wouldn't bother listening to it at all. Although, if that happens, you would change the me who's in your future, and I wouldn't have listened to it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you this. So you're probably stuck in a loop now. You're going to have to go back and listen to it now because I've told you to. But you were going to anyway, because that's otherwise I wouldn't have. So I probably, frankly, it's all this time travel thing is all very confusing, especially when there's no time travel involved at all. It's just me using the miracle of technology to talk to my past and future selves, and the future and past selves talking to me. It's a telephone of the time. If you get an old telephone that's about 200 years old and you're in the past 200 years ago and you use the telephone and you leave a message on it somehow, I don't know how, then it's going to be like in Back to the Future. They leave a note under a stone in the Wild West and it's seen in the future or something, or I don't know. I forget what the details were. It's an old thing. Your man out of taxi is in it, and your your man Michael J. Fox was in it, although he's not in it anymore. The series is over. He went on to star in such sitcoms as Spin City, and then he went into the past to star in Family Toys. Then he went on to develop a disease. So that's his job now. His job, Michael J. Fox's job now, is to have a disease. He does it very well, I have to say. I saw him on television recently. He went on and said hello. He didn't even have to say that he had a disease. He displayed it in his actions. You're able to tell just by looking at him. I tell you, that's the sign of a good actor right there. If you can tell what he's experiencing just from looking at him and from his actions and how he behaves and speaks and talks and what he says, rather than before he even opens his mouth or does anything, that's the sign of a talented actor. I'll tell you, he's a great loss, that guy, since he stopped working and acting so much and concentrated on having a disease. Because I'll tell you, I'm not, now this isn't a Rush Limbaugh moment. I'm not accusing Michael J. Fox of acting, well, excepting the many acting roles that he was in. No, I believe every word of it. When he says that he has a disease, I believe him, because he does it so. He performs it so well. He's perfectly believable, but there's no reason not to believe him because it's all true. So, Michael J. Fox, if you're listening, this probably sounds very vibrating. When I go on, Michael J. Fox listens to it, it's probably more like ha 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 ha, because of the vibration. Is that in bad taste? It probably is. I don't know. Ask Howard Stern, he'd know that sort of thing. Howard Stern, is this... Oh no, Howard Stern doesn't like podcasts. He came on one day and he said, I don't like podcasting, podcasters are cunts. Except he didn't say, he said it more eloquently than that. I believe he said there are, whatever the French for cunts is, I don't know. Michael, Howard Stern, if I remember rightly, he's from Belgium. He's a Belgianese man, and they're very, they use a lot of gas. Well, he emits gas, and the French person who I had in my house used a lot of gas. Although I'm not blaming him, just in case you think I am. I put on the gas for him. I left it on, and I heated up the house and the water for him, and he absorbed the heat into his system. He's probably reduced Ireland's what you call that rating, where you say how much of the world's resources you're damaging, that eco rating thing. We've probably reduced our country's national eco rating thing just by sending some heat back to Belgium in that fella. But no, that's fine, no problem with that. Anyway, so just to say, the segment that I just interrupted is a load of crap. So you hear me getting to the end of the segment that you're about to hear the rest of, you'll hear me say, I'm going to go back and listen to this. Well, this is the me who went back and listened to this. I can tell you, I wish I hadn't, because I don't like what I found out, what emerged from the listening. Although, to be perfectly honest, I should have known already, from what I had said during the recording session. I should have known it was a load of crap. But no, excuse me for being optimistic and hoping that what I was saying for 3 minutes and 46 seconds would turn into something of some value. Excuse me for retaining a bit of hope for humanity and for myself and for my own humanity. No, I suppose you expect me to just crawl into a hole and give up on everything. Well, I won't. I'll be back next time with another podcast. Whether it goes well or not remains to be seen. Good morning. For 8 million euros, and I swallowed up all of the rent that I made. So no use at all. They weren't even from particularly cold countries or warm countries. One of them was from France. Although, come to think of it, he wasn't. He was from Belgium. But he had a French a French persona about him. There was something very French about the way he spoke. The way he spoke had a French tone to us and the French language to us, possibly because they speak French in Belgium. I made 2 podcasts in Belgium once. If you go back in the archives, you'll either find them or you won't find them. I can't remember if they're still up. It's around episodes 20-something and 20-something plus 1. I made 2 episodes from a hotel room in Belgium a couple of years ago. Tremendously exciting. I made them on my laptop and uploaded them. I have to be perfectly honest, my heart isn't in it today. I'm not. I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning this morning. It's 11 o'clock now, 11 o'clock in the morning, and I have to stay awake until bedtime until I fall asleep, which I'm not able to fall asleep during the daytime, so that means I'm going to have to stay awake till tonight. And I know technically it's going to be night time in 58 minutes when the clock turns midday, but that's not really true to any great useful extent. So basically, I'm fucked. I'm fucked for the day. I'm wasted. My only hope is of getting stuff done now before I start falling half asleep here, before I wear myself out completely. 3 minutes and 37 seconds into the show, what we achieved, what have we yet to achieve? I don't know. I'll go back and listen to it and see. Hold on a minute.